harvesting our thought seeds. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and this is all about the evolutionary leap in consciousness that is being asked for us, from us, right here and right now. This evolutionary leap in consciousness, that's the power that these interns spoke of. This is the power we each and every one have within us to make a difference on this planet. So we have been exploring the whole month on how we individually can make this difference, how we can do it. And I want to answer a question together today. There's a question that we haven't gotten to that we're going to get to right now, is what is this leap about, first of all? What does it mean individually for you and for me, for all of us? And think about it. Think about what the seed thought that you are planting, what it is. And some of the responses could be taking personal responsibility for our own lives. Living from the oneness. These are more expansive. Learning how to live together in harmony. What a concept. Becoming good stewards of Mother Earth, or helping to heal what seems like damage to Mother Earth. Mother Earth itself is not damaged, but we hold that in our consciousness. Realizing there is no such thing as competition. Honor and celebrate our diversity, because we are all unique. Remember that. We are. So all month we have been exploring these seeds of thoughts, seeds of ideas, seeds of feelings, seeds of faith, seeds of words, what we speak, that universe, that one voice that Stephen speaks of. We are a vibration. We are a frequency in the energy of the oneness of all that is. Maybe it could be bursting forth of being a fuller, freer, more glorious expression of the new humanity, because we each contribute one consciousness at a time, each one of us. So the next question is, when is the time to plant these seeds? When is the time? When do we start planting these seed thoughts we've been speaking about all month? Is it next week? Or maybe when I get my car fixed? Or when I don't have to worry about my home being in foreclosure? Or maybe after I get over being angry at my boss? Maybe that's the time? Possibly I'll start planting my strong intentions, these seed thoughts, after I retire, after I get more money. When is the right time? When I get all my relationships straight? When I get everything really in line? Then I'm really going to focus on what I really desire in my life. When is the right time to plant these seed thoughts? Now. Oh, what is... Great. I was just going to say, now. Thank you. Yes. Now. Now is the time. Now is the time to plant the seeds of what it is that we want to experience. Not tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. It's just in our mind. There is no tomorrow. There is only this moment. It's eternal. It's always this moment. It's always this moment. So now is the time to plant personal seeds of responsibility. Taking responsibility for our lives, oneness, harmony, and how about some peace? Anybody like a little peace in their lives? Being good stewards of Mother Earth, being conscious of that. Now is the time, right here, right now, to heal that not enough paradigm that many of us, even if we've healed a lot of it, there's always that little bit of, I'm not enough. You know, healing that paradigm and knowing that you are more than enough, that you're a glorious expression of this one life. And realizing there is no such thing as competition. In divine mind, there is only creativity. There is no competition. There's nothing to compete. It only creates. Now is the time to take the time. Right now. This is the time to take the time. Because as I said, all we have is this now moment. The present moment, in this thing we call time, because you know the time is an illusion, in divine mind there is no time. There is divine right order, but there is no need for time because it just creates in perfect order. But we live in this, on this human realm, so we have watches, we have clocks, we have time. But really, nothing else exists. It is always and will always be this eternal time now, this now moment. This space, if you will. This space that's so clean, so new, so pure, that we get to create what we want for our lives. Being really clear, because the law responds to that clarity. So having that clear idea of what it is. The present moment, the now moment, can feel very elusive. It can feel very elusive. Much of the time, do we lead our lives by remembering the past, anticipating the future? The two biggest thieves of time, of this now moment, are the past and the future. And it's all what we think, right? It's all what we think. It's none of it's even real. It's stories we make up. Yeah, things took place. Yeah, we know that. And things will take place, but we don't know what they are yet. But this moment now, we can create. We can create what they are. And I love these words from Dr. Ernest Holmes from his Science of Mind book. He says, "We should erase the thoughts of yesterday that would rob us of today's happiness." And then he suggests, "There is nothing arising out of the past that can disturb me. I lose all things that in the past have caused anxiety. The spirit knows no past and is not affected by any belief. The past is swallowed up in the victory of this present perfect moment, which is filled with love and protection." And these can all be affirmations. So I'm going to have you say each one after me, so you really embody it. There is nothing arising out of the past.
There is nothing arising out of the past
that can disturb me.
That can disturb me.
I lose all things.
I lose all things
that in the past.
That in the past
may have caused anxiety.
May have caused anxiety.
The spirit knows no past.
The spirit knows no past.
And is not affected by any belief.
And is not affected by any belief.
The past is swallowed up.
The past is swallowed up
in the victory of a perfect present.
In the victory of a perfect present.
Which is filled with love and protection.
Which is filled with love and protection.
It is through forgiveness, of letting go, and through forgiveness and conscious awareness, being aware of what we think, yeah, that we can release the past's hold on us. And that's what we want to do. We want to release that past, all those core beliefs that don't serve us, so that we can create freely. So we can create as powerful beings that we truly are. And Holmes also goes on to write, equally, we must not have fear of the future. And then he suggests, with this bright promise of his, it beckons me forward into a more complete realization of my own worth and my own rightful place in the universe. And all my tomorrows are happy and filled with harmonious occupation. I look to the future with great and pleasurable anticipation, knowing it expands my opportunity for my radiant self-expression, radiant self-service, radiant self-expression. That's what we all are. Radiant beings of the light. Just love that phrase. We're radiant beings of the light. In Scripture, Jesus told us not to worry. He told us not to worry when he said, therefore I tell you, do not worry about tomorrow. I think that's an interpretation of living in the now moment. No? I think it is. He was a New Thought teacher. So if we release the grip of the past, release the grip of the past and the fear or anticipation of the future, then we are free to live in this moment. If we are constantly and consistently thinking about what is going to happen, what could happen, we are not in our happy, free state. We're in a state of creating that exactly what we do not want to experience. Ralph, could you close that door, please?
Close the door?
Yes. Thank you very much. So let me make a more personal question then. If you release the grip of the past, whether the past be 10 minutes ago, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years ago, it doesn't make any difference how long ago that it is, but it's releasing that whole past and releasing the fear next over what is going to happen in the future, what tomorrow will bring. Completely consumed with, I mean, for myself, I check myself all the time. And yeah, we all have slip-ups, no? We start thinking, oh my God, well, this could happen, well, that could happen. Bring yourself back to this moment where all is perfect, right here, right now, with the spirit of universal life, which is eternal, is the truth of who you are. That is so comforting. Remember last week I said we walk hand in hand with God, because God has our, not only Rita did I say back, I said back, front, and inside, every aspect of who we are. The Spirit has it. God is covered. That's the protection of Spirit of God. Here's a great affirmation. The present is my point of power. Right here, right now, this present moment is my point of power. You can hold that right now. I am a powerful creator. That is the truth. What are you empowered in consciousness right now to do? What are you empowered right now in consciousness to do? Maybe it is to release the hold that you have that has you from the past. Maybe now's the time to release it. Let it go, little by little, let it go. Maybe it's to quit waiting for things to change in the future. Because everything's going to be okay once we get past this, and everything's going to be okay. You ever notice the pattern when you look back? And we're always in that waiting stage. So release that. Bring yourself back to this moment, right here, right now. We have powerful creators. I can't say that enough. And I want you to think what you are empowered to do and be in this moment. What seed thoughts are you going to plant to bring about the brilliant, beautiful harvest of your life? Because your life is all unfolding through your thinking. You are creating it. And yeah, the stuff that takes place, because like I say, life happens, but it's how we respond to those things that makes all the difference. That creates our peace of mind. That creates our happiness. Or the reverse. It creates discord and chaos in our life, fear in our life. It's what we choose to really, and it does take energy. And I spoke of that. It takes energy to bring your mind to this present moment, but it takes more energy to stay in the chaos and the fear. That drains us emotionally. So, if we remember this, it's all part of becoming consciously aware. And so, I'm not going to do that. It's going to have you turn to each other and do stuff, but we're not going to do that. Instead, you know what we're doing?
What?
We're doing a prayer. Yeah, we're not even telling the story. It's the daffodil principle. We'll tell it another time. Because I think now is the time for us to really take a breath in deep, and I invite you to close your eyes. Just go within for one moment. The only moment that ever will exist. This moment of now. This is always, eternally perfect. For we are part of a greater plan, a greater idea in the mind of the divine. This infinite source of all good, in its every form, is in perfect order, always creating perfectly out of its own nature. There is no place the omnipresent Spirit of God is not. It's impossible. It's everywhere. All of life, all of galaxies, all of everything that is, was, and ever shall be is in the nature of God, which is the body of God, which is the allness of the infinite mind of this incredible intelligence. And so knowing this is the nature of God, I know that each and every one is created out of this infinite nature, is absolutely an expression, individualized. No one else on this planet or anywhere has the same individuality as each and every one here and everywhere. Because God does not repeat itself. And if it doesn't repeat itself and is always creating, it creates new forms and new forms. And so we, being each one a form of the divine, have within us this potentiality to grow, to uplift, to encourage, to expand, and to empower not only ourselves, but everyone that comes in contact with us. For when we fill up with Spirit, when we fill up with this power for good, it must overflow. And since there's nowhere for it to go, because we're all part of this unity of life, it flows out to those who might need a cheerful thought, a wonderful energetic vibration passing them. It affects the unity of all life. And so that is the power that each one here possesses. I am so grateful to know this. I am so grateful for this spiritual center, which allows us to come together as a community, to practice, to hear, to be inspired, and to share these spiritual truths of science of mind and of unity itself. Even science of mind is too limiting, because it's the infinite mind of God which is limitless. I'm so grateful for all this, and for all the greatness and all the happiness and all the joy and all the challenges that come up. For through the challenges, we absolutely grow in our awareness when we align with the source of all good. And so knowing this to be truth spoken here, I release it absolutely and fully into the infinite law of God, where it is done right here and right now, and so it is.
So it is.